Today, darling. Few more seconds. Okay, hey, it's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk under. Oh, I'm still waiting for YouTube, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Shantae Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicorns. Coming to you about things money can't buy. Things that money can't buy. So, the first thing is honesty. Money cannot buy honesty. And honesty is something that you have to work up to, especially after being a kid. Sometimes to stay out of trouble, you have to lie. After being a husband or a wife, sometimes it's just like, sometimes really it's just kids. Like, they have to stay out of trouble sometimes. So, in order to not get in trouble, or in order to be right, sometimes that happens because they have the least amount of power. But honesty is the best policy. Honesty is actually the best policy. When you able to be honest, okay? Like, nobody is forcing you to be honest all the time, especially if it's to save your own needs. You don't always have to be honest. You got to think about your safety. It's a human type of act to sometimes, wait a minute, I can't tell you the truth because of the type of person you are. I cannot tell you the truth because I have to protect myself. I cannot tell you the truth because it's just not your business. I cannot tell you this because you're saying you don't have to explain that to him. You have to explain that to yourself. Because somebody will tell you, well, oh my God, that was a lie. Every little white lie. And it's like, nope, don't even make that a bad thing in your life. You have to protect yourself, especially as women and children. We actually have to sometimes protect ourselves because people feel like our lives are their lives, or that they have the power to do that to us. So sometimes we have to just, yeah, that was okay, and move on. So that's still being honest, and that honesty is the best policy to yourself. It's for yourself. Like, I wish we would change that, because it's not that you owe or honor anybody else. You don't put them before you. You have to honor yourself first. And I think that gets misconstrued because some people will use that to gain power over you. So the honesty is the best policy. It's the honesty to yourself. You don't owe anybody else the truth. And that's the truth. You don't owe it to them. Because, like I said, if you are a woman or a child, especially here in this day and age, you can't say in any other place in the world. Like, I'm talking about everywhere. That's how you protect yourself, is with honesty. Kindness can go a long way, and it makes you feel good too. And you look young. You'll look young for the rest of your freaking life, baby. You better be kind. I'm telling you, when you can do it, do it. Because it will actually make you feel good, and it's something that can come back to you. Don't let the world tell you that. If you're in a space where somebody has to tell you that you cannot be good to other people because it won't come back to you, you need to leave. And you need to also leave that person alone. Push them away. And this is something that money cannot buy. You understand? Love. Love. It's a feeling that you won't ever understand. It's not hateful. It's not evil. It's not mean. It doesn't make you feel bad. Love is a gracious thing. So love is something money cannot buy. Integrity. This is when your own honesty comes in, because when you show integrity, you gotta live with yourself. So I'm not saying be honest to yourself and then go out and steal somebody's car or whatever, I'm saying be honest to yourself, period. So the integrity of that is being honest with yourself and doing honest things and doing honest acts and kind things for other people. That's something that money cannot buy. Because not everybody will make a decision that will be for the greater good. Some people just make it to just be selfish. So when you have integrity, you make a decision for the greater good. Yeah. I'm not looking words up today, but the next thing is intelligence. The best thing in college ever taught me, or the best thing I show my students as a teacher, is just because somebody of authority says it does not mean it's true. All you gotta do is Google it, look it up. If you don't believe me, you don't have to do it right away. You just take a note of like, that does not sound right. Look it up. You don't have to trust what people say to you. You understand? So it's like that's the best thing you could do is go back and look it up for yourself. Read a book. Pick it up. Listen to a book. I don't care if you can't read. Listen to a book. And you will find out that it is okay for you to educate yourself. That is the best thing you can do. And that is something that money cannot buy. That's why libraries are free. Go get a book out of the library. And read the children's books too. The children's books teach you a lot. Next thing is empathy. Now let me tell you the difference between empathy and sympathy. So sympathy is if I see you with no shoes on, I'm just like, oh my God, poor you. Oh my God, you don't have the shoes that you need in your life. And it's like, that's sympathy because you're not giving, think about sympathy, you're looking at them like they just like not good enough. Like, instead of you just looking at them like, oh God, you've been working forever. Go get you some new shoes. You see what I'm saying? Let me help you get some new shoes. That's all it is. That's empathy. But the pay it forward I got today was empathy. You see? So it's like, that's all it is. It's not where you have to feel down and, oh my God, they just didn't have a house for 10 years. And, it's like the best place to get empathy is watching like Ellen give away stuff or Oprah give away stuff. It's not like they just, oh my God, we're going to do war or what you will do first. Trust. I trust first. And some people think I'm so stupid for it, but I trust first. It's just something I've been taught. Just give me a trust. 100% trust. Not with my life, but it's just like, why would I not do what you think that what you're telling me is not the truth? So I trust you. And if I find any holes in your story, it could just be a miracle. I'm so serious. I trust that much to be like, that had to be a miracle. But then when stuff gets iffy, it falls apart. So trust is good, but not with your life. Just trust who they are when you see them. Trust who they say they are. Common sense. I did a show and I was just like, going through a man's phone and then driving to another woman's house and you're not married. Common sense tells you don't do something like that. Common sense says go to the library and go to the bookstore. At this point, you need a little more intelligence. So it's like, that's something that money cannot buy is common sense. And if you don't know the answer, make sure you call a parent or talk to somebody about it. A spouse, a friend. Make sure you ask a lot of questions at the places you are because you want to be sure that you are using your common sense to make a decision. Oh my God, the worst story, but I have to tell you my story because sometimes I don't always have common sense either. So I always tell a story when I first had my first truck. I was on my own in Texas and I got into an accident and I did not know how to use my insurance to pay to get my truck fixed. And I had full coverage. Common sense would tell me to call the number. But because I come from an abusive home, I was scared to actually call because I didn't want them to tell me I was in trouble. And I wasn't in trouble. It wasn't even my fault. The accident was not my fault at all. And I could actually have my truck paid off. Like the money would have been enough because I knew somebody that could just kind of fix my truck. So it's like common sense would tell me to call the number. But I lacked the common sense because I was so afraid. I had a Fraser Parks moment. So it's like, common sense. Everybody doesn't have it all the time. Because sometimes some things you just don't know. If you've ever been around a parent with an electronic and you're just like, this person doesn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they've never been taught. It won't be common sense sometimes. So you just help them get to that point. Get with the experience. And make it a peaceful experience. Don't make it something that's hectic or out of control. Next thing, things money can't buy is respect. Respect your own journey. Nothing about your journey is wrong. Respect your own journey, unless you're just an evil person. Yeah, maybe we gotta look at it different way, but respect your own journey. If you respect your own journey, then you'll be able to respect others. I always talk about the thing with Boosie and Boosie asking Dwayne Wade about his kid's sexuality. And it was like, he wasn't disrespectful. He asked a question. That's it. He didn't call if he had names. He called Dwayne Wade names, anything. It was just the respect. And so sometimes we miss that. But it's like because he has to respect his own journey, then therefore he's there. Then he's respecting his because he's the father too. So he just can't fathom that. You see, so it's just like the respect. Respect your own journey so you can respect somebody else's journey. And that means you have to love your journey. It does not mean you have to disrespect any part of it because somebody told you that wasn't good enough. You had a baby as a teen mother, love that part of the journey. Enjoy it. What did your body do? What did your kid do? What kind of noises did they make? Can you write a book? Like, what can you do in this situation? Don't look at all situations as bad. And sometimes it's not. What kind of business can we make together? These are all things you can look at as a young mother. And be like, man, we're going to take over the world. Me and your kid, we're taking over the world. Next, peace. This is when you are not dibbling and dabbling in other people's business. It's like mind your own business. I like that meme where it's like, I drink some water and mind my business. I drink some water and mind my business. And it's like, oh my God, it is so freaking cute. It is simply cute. And it's the truth. That's how you get peace. Morals. You can't buy morals. That's part of the journey. Respect your own journey. And that's what I mean by that. You don't have to do every dirty thing. And you don't have to not do every dirty thing. I'm telling you, it's just respect who you are. Your own sexuality, your own place, your own being, all that. Respect. Patience. You cannot buy patience. Y'all, I used to tell people in college, they were like, they taught me how to ride the bus, and I was like, okay, I have to ride the bus because I had to learn how to be patient. Because the bus used to miss us every freaking time. Like, it's like the bus would come so late. Never come on time. And so it's like something that God just taught me. Like, that's it. This is how I'm going to give you patience. You're going to have to wait for this bus. I get to school on time. But me, I'm I'm a perfectionist. I had to be there early. And stuff I got to do, I got to just sit there and look at the wall. It's like sometimes never anything. But I just want the bus to be on time sometimes, because sometimes I was still walking late. Smell like shampoo and conditioner. Okay, next, manners. Things money can buy is manners. Please and thank you. Excuse me. Open the door. That stuff goes a long way. It goes a very long way. Respect that. And it's something that we become attracted to. It's attractive to be with the person that has manners and has table etiquette and all these different things. They go a long way, and that's something money cannot buy. That's something that'll get you far too. Acceptance. That's the same thing. It's like empathy. Empathy and acceptance is sort of the same. But it's like you have to accept who the person is. Like I said, 100%. Trust the person they say they are. Benevolence. That means giving. God's giving. So give with your heart. Give with your mind. And give with your soul. And I'm telling you, you'll come out a better person for it because you will really help somebody. Like, don't just give in vain. I always talk about like things that people really need at the shelters, like they need frozen vegetables. Not stuff from the can, because the stuff from the can has too much salt, and some people have high blood pressure. So it's like some things you just don't need to. You have to give with the mind. You see what I'm saying? Your heart is telling you to give, but how is what you do? And that's something that money cannot buy. I think this is full of talk. And the Black Unicorn is telling you truth. Just y'all in Chick-fil-A, it just feels good to be here. I'm sorry, this is such a great place to be. Have a great day.